Presented by Mercedes EQ. That was Lamar Jackson arriving to the Ravens-Bears game today. Lamar had an illness, not COVID-related, but an illness that did not allow him to play today. So Tyler Huntley went for the Baltimore Ravens. They entered the day as the 3 seed, and with the backup quarterback making his first NFL start, they struggled to find points. But when they had to have it, like Ravens quarterbacks have passed, Huntley came through, hits Sammy Watkins down inside the 5. Devontae Freeman plows in for the go-ahead touchdown, and the Ravens pull out the road victory that makes them the 2 seed in the AFC. That was coupled with the Buffalo loss, and the Baltimore win makes the Ravens the 2 seed as we speak. Their remaining schedule, they have 5 division games remaining. Still both games with the Browns, both games with the Steelers, as well as Green Bay, Cincinnati, and the Los Angeles Rams. But a nice victory today for the Ravens on the road to the playoffs, presented by Mercedes EQ. Cowboys have to have a fourth quarter come-from-behind win at Arrowhead.
To Elliott, and Elliott is brought down by Jaron Reed. Gain of 4 on first down.
So they definitely feel good, as they should. I mean, you showed the numbers for Dak Prescott and what they've been able to do. Really have not been able to shake anybody. As I said, longest completion, just 18 yards for an offense that's been a big play machine. And they just feel really good about their corners and what they have versus Dallas wide receivers.
Prescott on second down. They'll dump it off to Wilson. And pretty well played out there on the edge by Snead. Yeah, this is the #1 scoring offense and the #1 offense in general in yards per game. A loss of 2 on the catch by Wilson brings up 3rd and long.
I'm not really sure we see what they're without. But I don't even want to try to guess what that last play was they were on. They got 2 guys running routes that aren't looking for the ball. And
third down and 13.
Okay. This is Raiders basically the last gasp here. They need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. Not going to get one on that play.
And Dak Prescott has seen enough of his fellow Mississippi State Bulldog.
he's looking here, but these routes are going to be well short of the first down. So I'm not sure exactly what's happening here. Here's the only guy here that's got a chance to maybe make a catch coming out of the route. And I just don't know exactly what's happening, but the protection didn't hold up anyway.
48-yard try after the 3rd sack of the game by Chris Jones. He had 3 sacks on the season coming in. And that possession that started out so well was slowed down by the
Parker trying to push him to the outside, but when the move was made by Carr, he just fell back inside and got it.
Carr fumbles the football. Hendrickson with the sack, and it's scooped up by Sam Hubbard. Lacrosse skills activate. And that'll do it.
Tremendous job.
From the Seahawks 34, Benjamin gains 4. Zach Ertz with a big day.
Showing a Zach Ertz graphic. One of the reasons why, check out the left side of the screen here. A little game rewind as Colt McCoy wing out of a would-be sack, looking, and throwing late, but making the connection. Zach Ertz, he's been one of the best players on the offense so far here today, as Colt McCoy in his 3rd straight start as the backup for Kyler Murray, who's been injured. Ertz showing up big as well. 7 receptions, 68 yards, and a touchdown. 2 touchdowns, actually, for Ertz.
It out to Moore. And Moore down the sidelines, out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That's McCoy's 32nd completion today. He's now 32 for 38, second highest completion total of his career.
Yeah, and with that, he also had 3 drops, right? The Darrell Daniels, I believe, dropped one. Zach Ertz dropped one on him, and we're talking record numbers for Colt McCoy had they caught those.
New set of downs for the Cardinals from the Seahawks. 24. Connor works his way down to the 21-yard line for a gain of 3 with 10.5 minutes remaining. Fourth quarter here in Seattle. Arizona Cardinals leading by 10 and looking to extend their lead on this drive.
Yeah, and the score may not show it, but this has been complete dominance by the Arizona Cardinals. All 3 phases of the game. I know there's one missed field goal, but offensively, defensively, they've done exactly what they wanted. They've executed very well. And this is like night and day, right? Watching them last week and this week, this is the team that everyone's been waiting to see.
Second down and 8. McCoy, Rondale Moore, and Moore with McCoy helping lead the way. Make something out of nothing. Taken down at the 18-yard line. A lot of running for a gain of 3 yards.
I mean, Seattle has these plays. They got them. It's just guys are either getting out of the tackle, making wonderful catches, or Rondale Moore, slipping around like a little jitterbug out there.
Moore has 11 receptions today.
11? You would never know. That's the quietest 11 that I've seen so far.
Third down and 5. Bunch formation to the left side. As McCoy throws to the end zone. And there is a flag. Connor, the intended receiver, with the linebacker Jordan Brooks in coverage. There are a couple of flags.
I was just about to say it was a great play by Jordan Brooks. Double move by James Conner. Flag comes out. Yeah, he was draped all over him.
There are fouls against both teams on the play. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 68. Pass interference, defense, number 56. Those penalties offset. We're replaying. Third down.
So Kelvin Beachum and Jordan Brooks.
I couldn't see what Kelvin Beachum did. Jordan Brooks, because he never turned around, you can't face guard. And any type of contact, if that receiver tries to go for the ball, it's going to be an automatic defensive pass interference.
They'll replay the down from the Seattle 18. Third down and 5. McCoy, same spot. This time intended for A.J. Green with Sidney Jones defending. No flags.
They were staying pretty balanced, running the football, and then they went back to what they do, and they started throwing it. You think now here in the fourth quarter, and you got a 10-point lead, they start trying to maybe hammer it a little bit more on the ground. It's a nice first down carry.
Quick throw, easy pitch and catch, first down Hill.
Prater from 36 misses another one. It remains a 10-point game.
7th catch of the ball game for Tyreek Hill. Had 7 for 83 against the Raiders. This one is incomplete and dangerously up into the air off the arms of Tyreek Hill. And more on Patrick Mahomes and his childhood. Let's go to Tom Rinaldi.
Joe, Patrick Mahomes from Tyler, Texas, talking to him this week on the phone. He said he grew up a lifelong Cowboys fan in a family filled with them, would go to the games even before Jerry World was built. And when this game came out in the spring on the schedule, he noted it immediately. Has a lot of family here. Said, I just hope they remember to cheer for me. I think that's probably a pretty safe bet, guys.
Yes, I don't think there's any doubt. Now 2nd down and 10. Mahomes out to his left. still looking to throw and ends up tucking and running out of bounds with a gain of 4. You know, there are times when we watch now Patrick for a couple of games where his eyes are always downfield and there's room in front of him if he's willing to just take off, but he's just and then by that time the time kind of runs out a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and he would much rather get the big play. So when he's outside the pocket, he's definitely looking for that. When if he was a little more decisive, there'd be more there. But he's made a lot of big plays doing it that way.
Here's pressure by Parsons off the edge. Hill not going to get it. Brings up 4th down as KZ, starting safety, makes the stop, and the field goal unit comes on with Butker.
Well, it's hard to argue with what Dallas has done. I mean, they have hung in there, and they've not given up big plays, and they've made stops. You got Tyreek Hill, who's still banged up a little bit.
Looks like that's getting worse the more he goes toward the bench. 51-yard try now by Butker. And the kick is no good. And Dallas, down 10, will start at their own 41. There's life for number 4 in the Cowboys here in Kansas City.
Just an epidemic of missed kicks here in Week 11. Time now for a refresh presented by Subway. This is a new segment we're going to do with our friends at Subway, looking at the playoff race as we get into the back half of the season here. Who's in, who's out, who's on the move up, who's on the move down. We just had the finishing touches put on a Cincinnati road win. Bengals added a field goal, by the way, so the final score was 32-13. Cincinnati looked impressive. They were one of those teams at 5 wins in the AFC. This is the way the playoff race in the AFC entered the day, and that includes the New England win from Thursday Night Football. Let's go ahead and refresh it, guys. Show you that the 1-seed Tennessee Titans lost, but they had a big enough lead that they stay the 1-seed. The 2-seed currently is the Baltimore Ravens. They jumped up a spot. New England jumps all the way up into first place in the AFC East. Kansas City still playing right now, leading their game and leading the AFC West. Pittsburgh is up 1 spot. Cincinnati jumps into the playoff race with that win. Buffalo tumbles 5 spots down to the 7th slot in the AFC playoff picture. That's your refresh presented by Subway.
I can see them on this 3rd down just going to convert real quickly, and then on their next play figuring out a way to get the ball to DK Metcalf.
3rd down and 1. It is Dallas inside the 5, and then finally forced out of bounds by Robert Alford.
DJ Dallas, a University of Miami graduate, gets the football. It's been so versatile for Seattle. Gets in there, breaks a tackle of Isaiah Simmons, gets them down to the 2-yard line.
Easy. Hey, easy. Hey, let's go. Hey, Lambo.
First and goal, it's Dallas in for a Seahawks touchdown.
Absolutely love this play. DJ Dallas bowling over the defense. Russell Wilson, the spark, him and Tyler Lockett connecting, got exactly what they needed in this 4th quarter.
Extra point is good. Lockett, the big play, 48 yards. Seahawks have pulled to within 3.
You You've got that right, Kenny Albert. The big play was turned in by Tyler Lockett. Let's rewind the game for you and show it to you. Russell Wilson looking around. No pass rushers get home on him, so flips it up top. Lockett found a soft spot between defenders. 48 yards on the catch and the run. Lockett, just like that, goes over 100 yards receiving. 4 grabs for $115, and then they capped it off with the touchdown drive. The extra point is good, and with Arizona leaving 7 points of missed kicks on the wayside, 2 missed field goals and a missed extra point, it's a 3-point contest there in Seattle. We'll get back there in a bit. Now back to KC.
Completing the game. Elliott gets dumped as Fenton makes the play, and he got the worst of it. And Rashad Fenton just crawls over to the bench after a 3-yard gain on that tackle.
Right in the shoulder or helmet, not sure exactly what, but he's getting looked at.
Mike Hughes takes his spot.
Well, maybe you come down and challenge him. They're not giving him any help right now. Depends on what he does. If he hangs here, maybe he gives help over the top, but if not, test Hughes.
It's Noah Brown across from him. Prescott sacked yet again. And this offensive line not holding up for Dallas as Jaron Reed and Chris Jones get home in a loss of 2.
Zach Martin is arguably the best guard in all of football. Chris Jones lines up right across from him. It's mano a mano. And who's going to win? And Chris Jones wins this battle. He's able to get Zach Martin off balance. He comes around. He's had quite a day, Chris Jones has. Jaron Reed, like you said, he helps finish it off.
3.5 sacks now for Chris Jones. 5 sacks in the game for Kansas City. They came in with just 14 all season. Here's Hughes on the return. Brought down near the 14. Chris Jones. Man, have a day.
So the home team there in Kansas City looking strong, but we got to finish up 2 more games in the late window before we get to Sunday Night Football. A couple of young star players having a chat there. It's the Chargers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's Chase Claypool, the Steelers wide receiver on the right. And you recognize Justin Herbert, I'm sure, the starting quarterback of Los Angeles. Getting ready for the matchup of 5-win teams in the AFC. Time now for the Sunday night preview presented by DraftKings. So all 5 Steelers wins have been 1-possession games. Don't be surprised if we get another close one here today in Los Angeles. The Chargers offense has struggled as of late, just around 19 points per game in the last 4 after averaging 28 points per game in their first 5. Justin Herbert averaging about 275 passing yards per game at SoFi Stadium this season. And Najee Harris has scored a touchdown in 5 of his last 6 games. Some things to consider as we let you know that DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. And tonight, new customers can bet $1 on any NFL game and get $100 if any points are scored in that game. Use promo code REDZONE when you sign up. Chargers and Steelers coming up in about an hour and change. But we got to find 2 winners here, especially in this battle in the NFC West.
Check in and out of the right play. 2nd down and 3. There's McCoy after he faked the handoff to Connor. Colt McCoy picks up a 1st down out to the 46. A gain of 6.
I didn't see that coming. With Kyler Murray, yeah, I would expect that, but I guess it's a nice, switch pitch right there when you have James Conner always running it, no one expecting that he was going to keep the ball in that zone read.
New set of downs for the Cardinals, with Kyler Murray missing his 3rd consecutive game. McCoy fakes the handoff, rolling to his right. Now he throws, and it's caught for a 1st down by Antoine Wesley, and that quiets the crowd. 12-yard connection to the Seattle 42.
Now, this is the second time I've seen Colt McCoy stay alive, extend the down. Last time he did it for a huge gain. This time looking and finds Antoine Wesley for a big, big first down. More importantly, that clock is still running. Seahawks have 3 timeouts, but at some point you're going to want to start thinking about saving the time on the clock and start using those timeouts.
First and 10, 42-yard line. It's Connor. Inside the 40, gain of 3. Sarah.
Well, this season, all those things, and Darrell Williams did a nice job, but he's not Edwards-Helaire.
Here he is again. Still able to make it a decent pickup on first down of 3. Saturday, it's the game. Latest chapter in college football's ultimate rivalry. Number 4, Ohio State.
With 12, thanks, Sarah. 4.5 remaining. Second down and 7. McCoy over 300 yards for the first time in 7 years. That pass incomplete. It was one
rivalry worth a read for anybody a fan of Ohio State or Michigan.
And even if you're not, that's a fun game.
Here's a second down carry by Clyde Edwards.
Pittsburgh, when he was in college, Pittsburgh Panther, battled cancer, had Hodgkin's lymphoma his junior year, had to sit out, was told he only had a week to live, battled from that. So if there's anybody that has a mental toughness and intestinal fortitude to go out there and play and do it for his team, it's going to be James Conner.
incredible story. Third down and 7. McCoy under pressure, gets rid of it. It's complete for a first down and more inside the 20-yard line. It's
Huddle to the line. Mahomes, Kelsey, first down. The drive continues. You know, you see change-ups in play calling. How about a change-up in the way a team comes out of the huddle?
Yeah, they rush to the line of scrimmage and they get a bunch set and let the defense try to figure out where each guy's going. They get Kelsey into the flat. Nobody's able to get to him. You know, they're anticipating man. Hard to navigate all those bodies when you're in coverage.
Kelsey, 5 catches, all have come in this.
From the 19-yard line on first down, McCoy takes off inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
And you want to see toughness? Watch this guy, James Conner. Watch what he does. Yeah, he's not getting the football, so what? Bam, I'm going to take on the best linebacker in the game, Bobby Wagner, block, get open, or get my guy open, Colt McCoy, for another first down.
Timeout taken by the Seahawks. They stop the clock with 3:09 remaining.
Browns and the Green Bay Packers from Lambeau. Now back to the ground with Williams. Keanu Neal on the stop.
Well, that's why Patrick Mahomes, after that first down play, he kind of pointed to his own helmet, and you know they had the run pass option on, and it was Mahomes who then threw it on first down. They have the same thing there on second down. This time he hands it off.
First and goal for the Cardinals. Here's Conner. Conner inside the 5.
Look, this is what we're going to do.
Third down and 6. Pass is short of first down yardage. Hill, first down and 6 down to keep the clock running. So smart and so good and such a weapon. There's nobody like him.
Well, Keanu Neal was in position, but once he falls down, I mean, it's almost, there's no way
that you hold those timeouts, get down to a 2-minute warning, and then hope to get the ball back and still keep that time.
This is Benjamin. Play was blown dead.
Arizona called its second timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Minutes off the clock on this possession. This is the way good teams win games. Williams bounces. And That stays in, picks up another first down. And Kansas City trying to prove that their win on Sunday night, as they look for their 4th win in a row, was no fluke.
Watch the push by that offensive line up front. You know, these guys, that's why I say it a lot, that when we don't get a lot of Kansas City games, but when we do,
some of those teams on the right, Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers, they're getting hot. They're getting really hot. Starting to beat up on some of those teams that have winning records, and people are starting to take notice, like, oh, okay.
Second and goal for the Cardinals as McCoy throws to the end zone. Touchdown! Wow. Christian Kirk.
Let's see if he got in bounds, Kenny. If he stayed in bounds, excuse me. Colt McCoy rolling out. Christian Kirk. Catch. Both knees down. Does not bobble the football. Oh, maybe he did. Maybe he did at the end.
All scoring plays are reviewed. It was ruled a touchdown on the field.
Okay, so he's down. He's in bounds.
The previous play is under review.
Now, when his elbow lands out of bounds, that ball comes out. So he has to maintain possession while he was still in bounds. That's going to be a tricky one. I really want to hear how Dean Blandino views it.
100+ yards, 5 touchdowns. They look better than when we saw them just 2 weeks ago.
There's no doubt. And I do think coming in, you know, we were going to learn a lot about both of these teams by the time it ended.
Mahomes is spinning around, and that's a big play as Parsons gets another.
And you'll see it between his legs. Hands aren't on it. This, to me, looks like an incomplete pass.
All right, thanks, Dean. So we take another look. Clete Blakeman checking it out as well.
Oh, we see it the same way. Let's see what the officials say.
So for the moment, it's a 9-point Arizona Cardinals lead.
Defense, I mean, you come out of this game, yeah, I know they were without Amari Cooper and then CeeDee Lamb in the second half. But that was a really this has been an outstanding defensive performance by Kansas City.
Mahomes sets up a screen, a middle screen for the tight end Bell, who takes it inside the 35 to the 34, and Dallas will use their final timeout. Well, there's no doubt.
So if there is a game that I'm going to be glued into Saturday, it's going to be that one.
After review, the player never fully gained possession of the ball prior to running bounds. It's an incomplete pass. We got 3rd down from the previous spot.
So exactly as Dean Blandino explained, call on the field overturned. It'll be 3rd and goal from the Seattle 5.
Just switched from a 2-possession game to a 1-possession game, and if the Seahawks can hold them here to a field goal, that'll bode well for Seattle's offense and Russell Wilson. And hear this crowd, can you hear them go? They are getting loud.
McCoy on 3rd down, throws, flag. Ertz, the intended receiver, defended by Adams.
Pass interference, defense, number 33. Ball replaced at the spot of the foul. First down.
Seen in the past.
Here is a little pooch kick to try to pin him deep, and boy, did that work. Down to the 2. Wow. Harrison Butker with a beauty. And the Cowboys with no timeouts, 2:30.
First and goal from the 1 following the penalty as Potter takes it in for his 13th touchdown of the season.
What a drive. What a statement.
Because if you try the field goal and you make it, I mean, it's still a 13-point game. If you miss it, you give Dallas a short field. Here's a pass. That's no interference call. As Dalton Schultz gets up, Mike Hughes in coverage and never got his head around. Kind of stopped Schultz, but no flag.
Yeah, it's been a little inconsistent to say the least. You're going to see at the bottom, 21.
I don't know how that's not pass interference.
I don't either.
2nd and 10. Prescott, Schultz on that side, and he's out of bounds with a first down for Dallas. 20-yard completion.
They got Schultz on the 7 route, and he's able to get in behind it, and one of the better throws that we've seen from Prescott in this game. And you start looking at it and say, who do they have that can fly, that can get down the field and make a play? Because they need a big chunk.
Officially a 19-yard completion, the longest of the game for Dallas. Here's one over the middle for Wilson, and he dropped it. Prescott may have been a little bit off in this game, but he was hurt by some drops, and Wilson has a couple of them.
Yeah, he does. And this one, when you get this far down the field, you know that you're going to get hit. I mean, it's just part of it. You just try to secure the catch, protect yourself. Just not able to do it.
4 Cowboy drops officially in the game, and the top scoring offense, the Dallas Cowboys, not able to crack the end zone yet. Prescott, Schultz. So without CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, his best and most trusted receiver has been the tight end Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, Prescott, he takes a pretty good hit at the end of that play. Frank Clark, they run a little game, and he gets a clean shot just as Prescott's letting it go. Number 55 right there in the middle.
3rd down and 5. Prescott is in trouble and finds Elliott. And Ezekiel able to tiptoe down the sidelines. They're going to mark him out at the 46 with 2:04 left.
2:15 on the clock. 2-score game as Wilson is sacked. Back at the 30, Marcus Golden. That's his 10th of the season.
Play coverage and don't give up the big play. What? I mean, that's not what he's doing, and he's not doing it right now with a 10-point lead.
And not threatened without Lamb or Cooper.
Now he's backing out a little bit. Tyrann Mathieu is.
Prescott underneath to Elliott, who just lays into Mike Hughes. And we're at the 2-minute warning here in Kansas City. Fans have enjoyed themselves, though.
All right, that's a 2-minute warning there. 2-minute warning in Seattle as well. They're in commercial timeouts. Welcome back inside of the NFL Red Zone studios, everyone. Scott Hansen with you on a wild Week 11 where we have seen teams that thought they were solidified in first place in their divisions, even at the top of their conferences, be toppled by teams less than 500. One of those teams that came into the day under 500, the Philadelphia Eagles, 4-6, but winners of 2 of their last 3, and the running game really clicking with Jalen Hurts running the offense there for Philadelphia. Today they hosted the New Orleans Saints, and this resurgence on offense for Philly has brought out all of the Eagles fans, including those famous in Hollywood. Someone got a ride along to the grudge match before the game.
Sorry, guys. I have to give it to him. Sorry. Shut up. You shut up. I'll come over there right now.
Good old Kevin Hart. He's still not getting on the Super Bowl platform to see the Vince Lombardi trophy, though, but he loves the Eagles, and he must have loved what he saw today. Jalen Hurts doing it with his legs. One of the top dual-threat quarterbacks in the last month of 2021 has been that man right there for the Philadelphia Eagles. Trevor Siemian, though, and the guys were still fighting. How about that pass? An adjustment on the pass by Adam Troutman. 18-yard touchdown. It was a 14-7 game. It was a 20-7 lead when Darius Slay. He's had 2 fumble sixes so far this year. The DB likes the conventional pick six. Takes it back, and it's a 27-7 game. Philadelphia then wants to burn the clock, and Jalen Hurts nifty with the feet, and that's great vision as well. The crowd at Lincoln Financial Field loves it. 40-29. Saints gave them a little scare in the fourth quarter, but Philadelphia piling on the rushing yards. More than 200 team rushing yards for Philadelphia for the 4th straight game. We'll get you back to live action right now as we are out of the 2-minute warning timeout. Russell Wilson and the guys, desperation mode. Arizona basically cannot touch the football again. Otherwise, it's game over.
1948. Looked like Kingsbury may have called a timeout prior to the snap.
Prior to the snap, Arizona takes its 2nd timeout. This is a 30-second timeout.
And part of it as well. This defense for Kansas City, they've owned this game. 2nd down and 3. Cowboys have had at least 2 touchdowns in every game this year. They have none in this game, as the pass is underneath to Malik Turner. And he's got a 1st down, a gain of 11.
You know, Dak hasn't been able to hit anything down the field. They've tried 5 beyond 20 yards, 0 for 5, but they have chances now, and now's the time to try something, because you need a touchdown, you need a big play.
Here's Gallup, and he's down near the 20. But there's a little more room in this secondary as the Chiefs are backing off. A 16-yard completion here. Cowboys hurry it up. 10-point game. Prescott, that pass was tipped. Snead with the game-ending interception. And the Cowboys will be held out of the end zone here in Kansas City. And big number 95, who has 3.5 sacks in the game, gets his hands up, tips it, and Snead has his 2nd pick of the season.
Well, first of all, it's such a great play by Chris Jones, and we've noted the night that he has had. And L'Jarius Snead, it seems kind of fitting for the game that he's had as well. Been physical, and he's able to...
That is ball game in Kansas City. If you wondered if the Chiefs had flipped the championship switch, they may just have. Russell Wilson, he flips it out here. I mean, this is scramble mode now, down by 10 for Seattle. And here comes 4th and 10. The Arizona Cardinals can clinch the game with a defensive stop here.
20% in 3rd downs and only 267 total yards. That is outstanding.
Chandler Jones with a pair of sacks. What else is new?
All right.
Here in Seattle.
Here at his 2nd home. He loves this place.
4th down and 10. Wilson under pressure. Throws it away. And that will put an exclamation point on this Arizona Cardinals victory as Jones and his teammates celebrate.
And this is Zach Allen joining the party. He doesn't want to be left out the club. Almost had the sack. Russell Wilson throws it away. Turnover on downs.
These teams will meet again week 18 in Glendale. We welcome those of you who have just joined us. Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, Sarah Walsh in Seattle. Russell Wilson, for the first time in his career, will lose a third consecutive start. The Arizona Cardinals with Colt McCoy making his third consecutive start for the injured Kyler Murray. An outstanding day for McCoy. There's the general manager, Steve Keim, along with Kyler Murray. Colt McCoy, 35 of 44, 320.
All right, we'll get you back for the next kneel down there. Here was the final kneel down for the victorious and now 7-4 Kansas City Chiefs. Dallas takes one on the chin. They drop to 7-3, but Andy Reid, Big Red, and Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs back-to-back impressive wins for KC, who might be back right in the thick of things in the entire AFC and NFL Super Bowl picture.
Colt McCoy, 33rd career start. Shovel pass to Zach Ertz. And he found Ertz in the end zone once again. A.J. Green with a big day. Christian Kirk on the reception there. Rondale Moore with 11 catches. So the Cardinals will go to 2-1 in McCoy's 3 starts. Raise their record to 9-2. Best record in the National Football League, and a 6-0 start for the Cardinals on the road.
And road warriors, and it's interesting because they're winning all their games on the road. They potentially lock up that 1 seed in the bye. They'll be playing at home, so they got to figure it out at home more so than on the road.
Cardinals will be off next weekend and then head to Chicago. Look at Russell Wilson's numbers in his second start back from the finger issue. Big day for McCoy. Ertz with 8 receptions and a pair of touchdowns.
Yeah, and for Russell Wilson, we just saw him. He is, mentally almost there, right? And that little bit that you need is what gets you 24 of 28, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, as opposed to today, where just not enough production from that quarterback position. And Pete Carroll understanding it's a long road ahead, still a long season. They have to find a way to kind of win.
5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Seahawks will drop to 3-7 for the first time since 2009. And since 1990, only one team has made it to the postseason, losing 7 of their first 10 games.
Well, I'll say this. They definitely have the talent. You have Lockett, Metcalf, Russell Wilson. Defensively, they have the players. So if there's a team that can get it done, it's them. But chances are really, really slim.
Seahawks will head on the road and take on the Washington football team a week from tomorrow. Seattle pulled to within 3 midway through the 4th quarter. But then the Cardinals put together their 3rd long scoring drive of the game. So bye next week, and then a trip to Chicago, followed by a home game against their division rivals, the Los Angeles Rams. Zach Ertz in his 5th game with Arizona following the trade from Philadelphia, with a pair of touchdown receptions. Cardinals with a 10-point lead, 16 seconds remaining. As Wilson hands it off, DJ Dallas tackled by Zach Allen as time winds down.
And the Arizona Cardinals, by virtue of everything that happened today, including their nice win in Seattle, take over the 1 seed in the NFC. I know some of you probably don't look at playoff pictures until we get to December, but as we follow these things in the back half of the season, today was a day we'll look back on that could shake things up with consequences all the way into January and maybe even beyond. Out of the 14 teams that began the day in playoff positioning, 9 of those seeds were shaken up in some way, shape, or form form. Some of the big winners mentioned Arizona, now the new #1 seed. Green Bay drops to the 2. Minnesota Vikings, by virtue of their win, jump into one of those wild card spots. Same with Cincinnati. Cincinnati gets the victory. They're in an AFC wild card spot. And then the Baltimore Ravens found a way to get it done without Lamar Jackson. They get the victory, just a short one, a slim one against the Chicago Bears, but they jump into the 2 seed. Buffalo drops back all the way to the 7 seed. And let's say the New England Patriots. Patriots fans, you got to kick back after the Thursday night victory and watch NFL Red Zone. New England is back in first place in the AFC East. A lot of football left to be played and a lot of fun stuff that we saw here today. Let's take a look back at it now as we take a look at the top 5 prime plays of the day presented by Amazon Prime.
Blocked by Moss and tipped again and picked off by Moore on the ricochet. He was playing volleyball and he got it. Kenny Moore with his 3rd pick this season.
On each side, 2nd and 10. For the rollout throw. Intercepted. What an effort that was to come away with the football. What an amazing catch by Tashawn Gibson.
Jarvis Landry, he'll throw it, looking for Baker Mayfield. Now he runs it straight ahead. Landry for the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Creativity. Jarvis Juice Landry. Hurts keeps, Hurts cuts, Hurts has the 1st down. And Jalen Hurts might have just put it away for the Eagles. Touchdown, his 4th of the day.
Jalen Hurts breaking ankles. Granderson right there. Forget about it.
Trying to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. Taylor moving. He's got some room at the 5. Touchdown! And finally, the Texans with a road touchdown, their 1st since week 2. And they do it again thanks to an incredible run from Tyrod Taylor.
We had to give some love to Tyrod Taylor and the Houston Texans, one of the upsets of the year there in Tennessee. The top 5 prime plays of the day presented by Amazon Prime Video. All right, we're just about done here on NFL Red Zone. As soon as we sign off with the touchdown montage, flip over to NFL Network. NFL Game Day highlights is in progress. NFL Game Day final. Chris Rose and the guys will have you all caught up on all the highlights from Week 11 after Sunday Night Football. And a reminder, Turkey Day's coming, and on Thanksgiving morning, Rich Eisen and the crew have you covered. NFL Game Day morning, the special Thanksgiving edition. It's one of the most fun shows the guys do all year. They will be with you at 10 a.m. Eastern, getting ready for the Thanksgiving triple header on Thursday. Join NFL Network for that. As for today, Week Sunday, on NFL Red Zone, we saw 58 total touchdowns, including 2 on defense and special teams. Fun day of touchdowns as we are now approaching 700 on the season. Of course, with an extra week of NFL Red Zone, 17 games, 18 weeks of NFL Red Zone, we expect to perhaps break the all-time touchdown record for our show in our 13 years of existence. And that will do it for us, ladies and gentlemen, for all the hardworking men and women here in the studio and in the control room, for our producers, Brian Nettles, Alan Flowers, McEnroe Francis. Our director is Dustin Stern. My name is Scott Hansen, saying thank you so much for watching. We leave you, as we always do, with one more look at every touchdown from every game, presented by Amazon Prime Video. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Now the Dolphins are set up inside the 3-yard line.
Once again, Tua going out wide. Coming this way. In block to the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
Newton on the design keep. He'll throw to the end zone. Standing is DJ Moore for the touchdown.
2nd and goal at the 3. Wentz, Taylor, Doyle with the block, and that opens the door and a touchdown in the game.
try to sneak it. A flag was thrown on the snap. A lot to sort out, but the ruling is touchdown. The ruling on the field is touchdown.
Nelson a block. And they go for Taylor off a great move by Johnson. Dances to the 5. Rips his way in. Touchdown. Another one. 23-yard dazzling touchdown reception and move. And Taylor has scored for the second time.
100% agree with this call.
Flacco throwing. It is a touchdown. Jamison Crowder. Give it to Cook. Walks in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Sermon and Samuel in the backfield. It's a give to Deebo Samuel, and he's gliding his way all the way into the end zone. And that's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel.
Now the Wildcat formation. Jarvis Landry. He'll throw it. Looking for Baker Mayfield. Now he runs it straight ahead. Landry to the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Creativity. Jarvis Juice Landry. Hurts. He's got all the space in the world to run. Now he's going to take off. Trying to beat Davis to the edge. And DeMario Davis forced him out. Scott Novak let us know indeed Jalen Hurts broke the plane while still in bounds. And it is a second rushing touchdown.
Moss in the backfield. Allen to the air. Caught for the touchdown. Stephon Diggs. And he beat Rock Yassin. 6-yard strike by quarterback Josh Allen.
On second down. Off the play fake. Into a tight window, and he finds Cam Sims for the touchdown. Oh, what a throw for Taylor Heineke.
From the pocket, end zone throw, touchdown, Brandon Ayuk.
Four-man rush again. Cousins gets rid of it. Thielen makes a move, and he's in for the touchdown. Third down and goal back in the 18. Pressure off the edge from Sweat. Simeon hit as he throws. It is caught for the touchdown. Adam Troutman reaching to grab it. Boy, Simeon took a shot and delivered for the score. Trying to punch it in here on second and goal. Taylor moving. He's got some room at the 5. Touchdown! And finally, the Texans with a road touchdown. Their first since week 2. Newton got a block. Cam inside the 20. Loping to the 10. And Cam Newton will take it all the way for the touchdown. Doing the TO.
First and goal. Taylor will sky and take it in, and they cash in a 2-yard lead.
Mayfield rolling, throws the jump, touchdown, Cleveland.
3rd and 5. Rodgers with time. Now escapes. Will he try to run it? Throws across his body. DeGuara! He's got it! Touchdown! His first NFL touchdown. First down at the 12. Heineke with time over the middle into the end zone. Caught! McLaurin's got the touchdown! 9 seconds to go in the half. And Heineke finds McLaurin for 6. Simeon stepping up. Pass to Sticks. Dangerous throw. Intercepted. Darius Slay. Big play. Slay has done it again.
Garoppolo fires into the end zone, and that's a touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle.
Gilmore out on McLaurin.
Heineke to throw on 3rd down for the end zone. DeAndre Carter's got the catch. His 3rd touchdown grab of the year, and Washington's on top. Pressure picked up. Cousins over the middle. For the touchdown, Justin Jefferson. Looting the pressure and going deep down the sideline.
for that gain of 23. Here's the pass to the double screen to Mooney, who breaks free, and he got away from two defenders. And it takes Andy Dalton 2 plays to get the Bears into the end zone.
Amendola tripped in motion. Taylor rolling left. Taylor's going to keep it himself. He dives for the end zone, and he's in! Touchdown, Texans!
First and goal. Rodgers all day, can't find anyone. Loads up, fires, caught for the touchdown. Devontae Adams for Green Bay.
5 catches today for Hilliard. Tannehill looking end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown! Dez Fitzpatrick! His first NFL touchdown!
First and goal, Taylor. Good block by Mo Alley Cox. The stiff arm. And Peters. Touchdown. A 4th today for Taylor. On a 10-yard run where he slides on the slick surface for 6.
Boyle in the shotgun. Here's the handoff. Swift trying to get downhill. Swift breaks away. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown Lions. 57 yards.
Flacco throwing. Down the middle, he's got it. Elijah Moore. The 20. The 10. The 5. Touchdown.
Taylor in for another touchdown. Jonathan Taylor. 5 touchdowns today for the Colts.
3rd down. Another blitz coming. Rodgers sees it. Fires. Adams is open for the touchdown.
He's also rushed for 19. Stepping up and throwing for McCaffrey. He's got a touchdown!
Taylor starting to step into the lineup. Taylor's done, as is Sean Bradley, both dealing with injury. Nice throw from Simeon, right down the seam. It's a touchdown for Marquez Callaway.
Here goes Allen on the move and throws, and it was caught on the play by Diggs. 9-yard touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs.
Gesicki in motion. 3rd and goal. Tua looks left, throws at the goal line. Touchdown, Miami.
Get the penalty. Hand off and fighting to the end zone. James Robinson for a Giants touchdown. 2nd and 9. Simeon avoids the pressure. Trevor Simeon taken off. Touchdown on the ground.
Who do you throw to? Right back to Hilliard inside the 5. He lost the football. Berkshire falls on it. Touchdown. Berkshire in the right place at the right time.
Down by 1. Pressure coming. Cousins decked. Throws it up for Jefferson. Blitz coming. Rodgers floats one. Valdez-Scantling in stride. Trying to get to the end zone. He's going to go above the Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Green Bay.
One guy's going to come scot-free inside. Dalton from the pocket. Wide open is Goodwin. Makes a catch. And then Bears strike a 4th and 11.
Hurts keeps. Hurts cuts. Hurts has the 1st down. And Jalen Hurts might have just put it away for the Eagles. Touchdown. His 3rd of the day.
Ravens have been incredible all year in the red zone. See if they can do it again. They hand it off. It's Freeman, and he's across for the touchdown. What a drive by Baltimore.
Simeon, one-on-one on the outside. Perfectly placed ball, and it's Lil Jordan Humphrey for the touchdown.
That's Kelsey in the middle of it. Fakes the handoff and pounds it in for the touchdown.
16th play of the drive. Shovel pass. Ertz. Touchdown. Give it to Mixon. Hard cut. Diving. Touchdown. Cincinnati. first half for Colt McCoy. Lost the football, then throws. Touchdown. Second of the game for Zach Ertz. Shotgun. Carr. Fade. Got him. Touchdown. Perfectly thrown to Foster Moreau. Fatal of Cincinnati. Burrow. End zone. Touchdown. Jamar Chase. Houston has gone over 100 yards rushing. And then some. Mixon shifting gears for the touchdown. First and goal. It's Dallas in for a Seahawks touchdown. First and goal from the 1. Following the penalty as Connor takes it in for his 13th touchdown of the season.